Hello everyone, and welcome back to Chef Sherry's Plant-Based Kitchen. You know, the holiday of Thanksgiving is quickly approaching, and Dale and I will be enjoying it with our family this year out west. And I wanted to just share with you something that I think is really nice to put on top of a veggie loaf that a lot of people are making. I had a veggie loaf in my freezer that I took out, so Dale and I will have this for dinner. And although there's a little bit of, I think there's barbecue sauce on top of this loaf, you could also add this tofu cashew mayo that we're going to enhance with horseradish to give it a little kick. It's really good to put on a loaf. So let me show you how to do this and where the recipe came from. So it comes from this cookbook, the Plant Pure Nation cookbook, and it's by Kim Campbell. And here's her recipe in here. I will post it for you when I put it on the site. We're going to use this for our shelter meal tomorrow. We're going to be feeding close to 50 people living in a homeless shelter in Chicago through my Vegan Volunteer Corps. And here's my list of volunteers that are cooking. Look at that. We have 21 volunteers who have signed up each to make one of these dishes. So we're making a veggie loaf. I'm making the cashew mayo with horseradish. Someone's bringing a lot of fresh fruit. Then we're having maple mashed sweet potatoes, cranberry sauce, green bean casserole, a tossed salad with an oil-free Italian dressing, rolls, and some desserts of their choice that are all healthy. And this is all 100% whole food plant-based. So we're excited to do this, and it makes us feel good, especially in a time that we're all going through with so much going on in the world. I just want to say that as we approach this week of Thanksgiving, let's remember that no matter what color we are, what faith we are, or where we live in the world, that we need to love each other and take care of each other and not have hatred, because hatred does nothing but cause pain and suffering. So I pray for peace in the world, and I'll leave it at that. So let me show you how easy it is to make this tofu cashew mayo. So I put these cashews in some water and soak them for a few hours so that they're nice and soft. I'm going to add them to my Vitamix. And I have doubled this recipe, so it may look like it's a lot. Yours would be half this size, so I'll make it for a single recipe on the site. Next, we're going to add some tofu. This is extra firm tofu, and let me get the water off of that. There we go. Just going to break this up. You would use half of this for your recipe, but if you're doing a double, use a whole one. Put that in. Next, we're going to add in some salt and xanthan gum. Now, what is xanthan gum? Well, what it does, it's a thickener. So we're going to use this so that our mayo feels like mayonnaise. It's going to have that thickness to it. Then we're going to add in some tahini and lemon juice, white vinegar, and Dijon mustard and apple cider vinegar. I'll just add all these in. Put this in. And some water and agave nectar. Now you can use date syrup, but I didn't use it today because, and lemon juice. I didn't use it today because I want this to look like mayonnaise, and I think the date syrup would make it very dark. So making an exception today using this light agave nectar. So we'll use that. And all you do is blend it in your Vitamix. So here it goes. Now, because it's got so much stuff in it, I'm going to use this plunger. I'm going to do this. Pretty well blended. Let me see what it looks like. It looks perfect. And then we're going to taste it, and then we're going to I'm going to take a little bit out of here and try it with the horseradish. Dale and I are going to have to figure out how much horseradish to put in. We don't want to overwhelm the dish. Okay, so let's take this out. And I'll tell you, if you don't have one of these Vitamixes, I use this like every day. How old would you say this Vitamix is? We got it when we lived in Texas, and that was a long time ago. So how many years would you say this thing is? At least 10 years old?
Yeah.
The only thing I had to replace was this because I dropped it once and broke it. But other than that, now look at this. That looks like mayo. Now why am I going to all this trouble to make my own mayo? Because it's healthier than the store-bought, like a Vegan-A's or any of those processed ones. They have more preservatives, oil in them. This one, as you can see, has no oil. And the taste is delicious. You can make this in batches, store it in the refrigerator, use it during the week on sandwiches, whatever you would use mayonnaise for instead. Okay, so we've got a lot in here. I'm going to just try and get it all out. Okay, one thing about the Vitamix, I wish they would figure out a way to get the stuff out at the bottom. It's really sort of hard. You have to sort of dig in here, but we're doing the best we can. Okay, there's that. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little bowl just to do a little taste test. Let me have a spoon. We take a little bit, Dale, out, put it in here, and then I'm just going to take a little taste with my finger. It's really good. I'm telling you, delicious. You'll love it. Now I'm going to take just a teeny little drop of horseradish, just a drop, and mix it in and see if that does it. Oh, that's really delicious. Wonderful to put on top of a loaf. So give it a try. Remember, you can store this in the fridge and use it throughout the week. Make a smaller batch, of course. You don't need all this. And I hope everybody has a very safe and happy holiday week. Be happy with your families, with your friends, and I'll see you next time back in my kitchen. So long for now.